on, guys? I'm just let me do that. Okay, so I'm gonna put a few questions up here for like starting conversations, and wait for people to join. I'm gonna be recapping. As you can see in the title, I'm gonna be recapping. Yeah, um, so I'm gonna start with a few questions over here, and then I can get into talking. So, what? Okay, I'm gonna say your takes on this weekend in pre-playoff predictions. Play pre. So yeah, those are the two questions I was going to be asking. Basically playoff predictions. I think the Browns were basically like that play by Sorensen at the goal line, that touchback. I think that was a BS call. I honestly think that should have been called helmet to helmet, but somehow that of all things isn't reviewable yet. A few years ago, you could challenge pass interference, which is a subjective call. Helmet to helmet is not subjective. They should have stopped Sorensen. He was also getting to like fights after plays. They weren't calling anything there of anything after the play. I honestly do not like Sorensen at all after the way he played against the Browns. He always plays that way, and it's just kind of annoying. He's just trying to get a rise out of people instead of playing the game, and he made a dirty play that ultimately made the difference in the game. And I don't think, and Tony Romo was like, "Oh, Chad Henne has put the Chiefs into the playoffs." No, he hasn't. All he had to do was he didn't even score. He threw a pick, is all he did. He never scored a touchdown. He had a few running plays, and it took him on a few fourth downs, like almost some pretty close calls to even get the first downs on those. So I'm like, yeah, Chad Henne is not a hero. They're saying, oh, he sends them into the AFC Championship, bro. They're going to lose to the Bills defense. I don't care if you have Mahomes or not. Mahomes didn't even play well. It was just bad defense. And if you're gonna be playing guys like Tremaine, if you're gonna play that secondary, you're not gonna, and also some other underrated players on that super underrated Bills defense, and also their ability to control time of possession, which the Browns tried to do, and would have won if it weren't for a bad call doing so. I mean, you're not. I'm picking the Bills, even though they only have one running back. Moss may be back, Zach Moss, but Josh Allen. They're not going to be able to stop Josh Allen. No one has. He's had great playoffs every single game. He's been more consistent than Mahomes, actually. Deserves a lot more credit. And I think Andy Reid's eventually going to make a mistake. He's been known to do that in the playoffs. Just because he's played the last just because he has Mahomes means he has more freedom now than he did with Big Nab or Alex Smith. McNabb and Alex Smith. And so I think McDermott is a great coach perfect for that. And also I think watch for Josh Norman and Tre'Davious White and Tremaine Edmonds on that Bills defense. Man, I'd be scared. Stephon Diggs on offense and the underrated Cole Beasley. God, he's been underappreciated his whole career. That to me, that's just not right, man. So yeah, that's my AFC. I'm picking the Bills to come away with this. Dude, the Bills slaughtered that run off. They're not going to be able to run the ball at all against that Bills defense. You saw what they did to the best running game in football, arguably. That was a straight up slaughter. They only gave up 3 points to Lamar Jackson, and like one or two, and like I don't think even Lamar Jackson had any good plays. I mean, they're scary on defense, and they're also, like I said, they aren't trying to outscore you. They want to control time of possession. Mahomes may get the ball for like 4 or 5 possessions, and that's all he has to keep up with them. And if Mahomes loses the lead by like 10 points or more, I'm gonna say at that point it's over.
Mahomes will have lost. They can't go down by 10. That's my take on it. And Mahomes just came off a concussion, which means I think he's going to be and he was playing hurt as well, even before that. Like he was a little wobbly before that, so he's not 100% healthy. And when you got Jerry Hughes coming at you, along with those linebackers, and then you have like no space to throw it, you're pretty much screwed. That defense is so good. It reminds me of I wouldn't go as far to say it's as good as the Broncos when the Broncos won, but they're very disciplined. That's what made that Von Miller defense so good, is the discipline and the just like everywhere you go, there's somebody that can stop you. I know Josh Norman hasn't been in conversation lately, but I'm thinking he's gonna have a big game. You put him on Tyreek Hill, or I put him on Kelsey and Tre'Davious White on Tyreek Hill. That should work out quite well. Poyer, if Poyer's playing, look out for him as well over the top against guys like Kelsey, or like even if Watkins comes back, or someone like all these guys can stop the run and the pass, but you're gonna have a lot of muscle up the middle. Tremaine Edmonds, great against the pass. Um, uh, so I'm really picking I like picking. At this point, I've been picking so much offense this postseason. It's time I start picking defense. I'm picking the Bills. Um, Especially Josh Allen makes things happen. You see those sideline throws; they practice those. I'm almost 100% sure they practice those sideline throws where the defender can't get it and the receiver can. On those, it looks like it's going to be thrown away, and it wasn't. Like Beasley. The one thing I will say is I don't trust their tight end game as much with the Bills. And like I said, they have one running back, but they could still find other ways to hurt you with time of possession. You should see how much Josh Allen scrambles. Even when he's uncomfortable, they're saying, "Oh, he's not that good when he's uncomfortable." I feel like that's when he's made his best plays this playoffs. It's been a whole nother story. So I'm picking Bills to go to the Super Bowl. Now on the NFC side, the NFC is a big one. Because I don't, I'm picking the Packers obviously, but you saw but I think Brady has better weapons, but he's not nearly as talented right. He's not. He's way out of his prime. Um, they played Drew Brees, who had a complete off game. Michael Thomas didn't. I mean, the fact I will say about the Tampa Bay is they were able to eliminate Michael Thomas, which was a lot easier once Dante Harris was out. Because Dante Harris is their main deep threat, and Michael Thomas just couldn't get open because they had no. It wasn't like it was that or Jared Cook, and Jared Cook was struggling too. Wasn't all they had to do was guard Thomas. They're good at eliminating the prime receiver, so they might. But also, I saw Jalen Ramsey. They don't have Jalen Ramsey and Troy Hill, and those guys couldn't stop Davante Adams. Also, those audibles are harder to keep up with the way they put Davante Adams in motion. I'm picking the Packers just simply because I feel like they have a great D line. Their secondary is actually pretty good, balanced this year. It's probably above average. But yeah. Oh, speaking of Packers heroes, Micah Hyde is a name I forgot to forget on that Bills defense. He can also stop Kelsey or a lot of the slot guys they like to use in KC. So I'm just picking that defense to shut down everything pass wise and shut down whatever the run is. They're very smart and they're able to adapt mid play, like right at the snap when they realize what's going to happen. They're good play discipline and play recognition in Bills. Back to the secondary. No, back to the Packers. I'm thinking that, and you saw that running game. Jeez, I mean that running game is scary. They were playing the number one defense and they couldn't stop that. They couldn't stop the Packers. They scored 32 points against the number one defense. So I don't care how much of a stacked team defense you have. Aaron Rodgers is playing the season of his life, like dating back to when he won the Super Bowl. Is how good this season is for him. Valdez-Scantling, underrated. So if they can't, so yeah, there's definitely that. their tight end. I don't know. Lazard had a good game. I can't remember who they used as. I don't remember who their tight end is, but he was more there for blocking. It seemed like. But Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, if AJ Dillon's back and healthy, he was out midway through last game. Jamal Williams, I thought they should have used him more, but they're saving him for this upcoming game. But dude, I'm worried about their defense giving up 18 points, but that was more in when they were playing to waste to the bend don't break because it was end of the game and they were just trying to prevent them from scoring quickly. They were just playing against a big play. That's when most of the points were allowed. But that's a pretty stingy defense, too. Maybe they should work. Against it seemed like they were really good against the pass and they were good at pass rushing. I worry about the running game against Fournette. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I don't think Mike Evans is going to have that big a game. I think Brady doesn't do as well under pressure. They're going to sack Brady a ton, and once Brady's sacked 2 or 3 times, he's all rattled. He doesn't play well, and he just stops. Like he starts playing in fear. He does not like getting hit, especially now that he's older. He's worried about his health more than ever. Every season, it just seems to be like every hit just makes him like more and more scared, and he tends to panic more, and he gets rid of the ball with short passes. Yeah, they had it ends up being like short passes that get stopped for like a 2 or 3 yard gain, and they start handing it off. Ronald Jones is not 100%. That may hurt them. That's a big part of their offense, and like he couldn't complete plays. Like he'll get a few yards, like 7 yards, and then get hurt, and then he's he just starts wincing. So he decides just to fall down. He can't turn like his body that well right now. So it's all up to Fournette, and Fournette never gets tired, and he's barely played this season until now. So I think it's gonna be a Packers-Bills Super Bowl. It's going to be a tight. I'm not picking either team to blow out in their conference championships, but I'm picking the Packers by 10, and it's going to be a high. No, I'm picking it to be like 21 to like 31 or something is my guess. If not, higher scoring. And for the Bills, I'm picking it to be a defense. It actually it's going to be a lower scoring game just due to time of possession, and that really comes down to who gets a 10-point lead first, like a 2-possession lead first, and or who has the ball at the end of the game. If that doesn't happen, like end of the half, like the clock management is really what's going to, and the defense is for the Bills. That's what they're going to be built on. So yeah, I picked the so it's going to be Bills Packers, and I'm picking the Packers in the Super Bowl. Because I just think Aaron Rodgers is better than Mahomes. I think Andy Reid's. I honestly think Andy Reid's bad with clock management. I think LaFleur and Rodgers work together to have better time management, and they're better at like the 2-minute drills and stuff, and not giving the ball back with time to go in a half, or and that's going to make a big difference. And also scoring as quickly as you need to versus and knowing when to run the ball versus pass the ball. I think it's coaching is a big thing. And I think the Bills will have the Chiefs play right into their hands. And I just don't. It's eventually the luck's going to run out for them. And it's just at a certain point you got to bet against them due to like they're due for a playoff loss. The Packers, I think it's their time. So yeah. That is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah. No one really commented. Feel free to comment in the comment section what your thoughts are if you guys are still here.